Hey everyone, MLive's Brendan Quinn here alongside Michigan football beat writer Nick Baumgardner. Nick, made official today by Jim Harbaugh, Mario Jamudia out for the year with an Achilles injury. Let's go through the, what this means from here to forward.
I think it's significant. Mario was really getting a lot better. That buck linebacker position, he'd really kind of taken a stranglehold on that. At the beginning of the year, it was a little bit, everybody was it was new, but he was the one who really stepped up, and he was. Harbaugh said after the game, and I agreed, he was dominant at times in that Maryland game. He was their third leading tackler. I think he had 6 tackles for loss. So he was a really good piece of this defense who was versatile, savvy, could do some different things. So they're going to miss him, I think quite a bit. It's not that they don't have guys that can replace him, but in terms of your depth and your rotation, and he was an explosive playmaker who was on the field. He was on the field a lot. When you look at guys who don't ever really leave the field, Peppers, Desmond Morgan, and Mario were kind of in that conversation. So big loss there. Is it impossible to overcome? I don't think so. I think you'll notice him being gone though. Royce Jenkins-Stone will be next man up, and he's had his moments too, and I think they're comfortable with him. Lawrence Marshall, who had a good spring, hasn't really quite put together time on the field yet, will be the second guy there. So they have bodies and they have guys that can do it. But I think they'll miss Mario because he was playing really well. So tough break for him though in general. Absolutely. Brutal. This is the end of that'll be the end of his career. It's too late for a medical, depending on how severe that Achilles is. I don't know how long the rehabs. I don't want to speculate on that, but tough break for a guy who's playing really well and a good guy too. So tough deal.
For the people that will now have to really familiarize themselves with Jenkins-Stone, a little mini bio here of what people need to know about him.
He's similar to Jamudia. He's played a couple different positions. He played. He was last year. He was a little. And I guess this year more or less so. He was came in here as an outside linebacker. Played with his hand on the ground a little bit as a defensive end. Has done a little bit of both. Has played. He's played a significant amount of snaps. He's not green or anything. He knows what he's doing. He's had a couple weeks to prepare here, and really a guy who's been here. He was a highly touted kid out of Cass Tech who hasn't really had a huge chance to play significant snaps. So this will be really the first time he's had to really play significant snaps. So sometimes when that happens, guys really explode. You never know, but we'll see. It's an important spot on that defense. It's got to be a guy who's smart and can make plays. Jamudia was doing it. We'll see if Royce can back it up.
And I guess last thing, when we're talking about the impacts of this, the injury on the defense, but the defense is still one of the best in the country, and it will be going up against one of the other best defenses in the country, Northwestern, this weekend. Today kind of had, from Jim Harbaugh's press conference to us meeting with the players, had kind of a feel of a big football week that hadn't really been around here. I think I've only been around 2 years, but it's been a little while.
You've never seen one here.
Yeah, it's been not a while. It's true. It's a new deal. A new deal for a top 25 game. Yep. Did you pick up on these guys? They seem to just have a level of confidence and kind of a self-assuredness that I am starting to notice more and more.
Yeah, I think that's just trickling down from the staff. I think that's when you have a coach like the head coach that they have, and you have assistants with the experience and the background that they have, and they're telling you that things are going to get better and things are going to improve week to week. Then you see it on film every single time, and then really with the defense, my God, some of these numbers are just gaudy. They have just dominated people. They're the best defense in the country at the moment. Boston College, I think, has a statistical edge, but they also got to play like Howard or something like that. Right. So that's part of the reason why Michigan's got the best defense in America. You can't find me one that's playing better, and they know it. And that can be a dangerous deal. Offensively, they still got some room to grow, and I think they know that too. But defensively, when we talk about Mario being a loss, it'll be a loss, but I think it's still one that they can overcome because there's confidence just like spilling over here. Ryan Glasgow said today that. We feel like we should be the best defense in the country, and we have no problem saying that to you guys, and we have no problem talking about it. That's
said their goal on every play is to not allow a yard.
There you go.
So, right.
The other day they were upset. After the game, we asked, we can get better. Well, how can you get better? And it was like, well, they got a couple first downs. That was crap. And it's like, okay, well, if that's the standard and that's a legitimate thing, and they weren't joking about it, then there you go. And they're in that kind of level right now, and it remains to be seen if they can keep it up all season and be one of those elite defenses. But the first 5 games they have been elite, and that's I'm not going to back down on saying that.
Certainly. Well, that's going to do it for today. We'll be back Wednesday around noon. Make sure you check back for this week's episode, if you will, of the Wolverine Beat. So until then, for Nick, I'm Brendan. Thanks for watching.